This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we're going to be talking Chanel. Okay, so the event, the Cruise Collection 21. This is a Storytime video as well. I was invited to their exclusive cocktail event slash food event in the boutique where they present to you, where they kind of pre-release the collection and you get to see it ahead of time while sipping drinks and mingling between other people, other clients and customers, and you get to buy stuff, basically. It's a much more relaxed setting and environment. Yes, there's still security people all over the place, but most of the stuff doesn't have security tags on them. Everything is just laying around. The whole boutique is transformed into basically only that collection for that event. The furniture is moved around. Like, they go through a lot to do this, and it's just like 2 or 3 hours event, right? So let's get straight to it. But before, don't forget to thumb up this video and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button and become a member today and gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together. If you join me on Patreon, you get extra perks there as well. So thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. Without you, the Fashion Bunker wouldn't be here. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream every Saturday, so be sure to tune in and partake in the conversation. So I have my wonderful co-chatters here with me on the sidebar right now. Maybe I should start also implementing the chats during the main segments here as well, not just in the in-between portions. I'm thinking, I don't know if that's possible just yet, but it would be great to have your comments here as well. But anyway, so let's get straight to it. Okay, so first of all, get the invitation a week ahead of time, and I'm super happy. This is the first time I'm officially invited to one of these events. It's not a fashion show. It's a presentation. It's an internal presentation in the boutique where there are no models. Everything is just showcased on mannequins or laying all around the boutique, and you kind of experience it. You walk through it. Sales associates are there as well. Drinks are being taken all through the boutique. It's technically, the idea is great. Now, the execution. So you arrive, and the first thing they need to know is if you are double vaxxed. Otherwise, you don't get in. So you have to prove that you're double vaccinated, which is great because why not? We should be as healthy as possible and as safe as possible. Here's the first problem. I arrive, all the staff there, the staff that takes your code, that checks you in, that checks your name on the guest list, all the staff is wearing masks. I arrived with a mask on. Now, they all at one point check your stuff in, and then they guide you into the boutique, offer you a drink as you're entering the main room, and as they offer you the drink, they tell you you can take your mask off now. And I'm looking at them, they still have their mask on, and I'm like, but you still have your masks on. And they said, yes, we have to have our mask on, but the clients, the customers don't have to. Because you've been checked at the door, you're double vaccinated. I'm like, well, are you double vaccinated or triple? And they said, yes, for us to work here tonight, we also had to be double vaccinated. So I'm like, so the same criteria for you to work here applies as for me to be here as a guest. I have to be fully vaccinated, and so do you. They're like, yes. And I'm like, so why am I allowed not to wear a mask and you have to wear a mask? And here I look around in the room and I see that 99% of the customers that are already there, I'm not that desperate. I was not the first to arrive to this event. There were Oompa Loompas that were there already lined up before the event began. So that's the first thing. I'm like, the desperation is palpable. 99% of them don't wear a mask. And I'm looking at them thinking, are you people crazy? But anyway, ethically moral as I am, immediately I stand by the workers. And I tell them, so you're fully vaccinated, but you have to keep your mask on, and we don't. They're like, yeah, that's the rule. And I'm like, oh, I see. How interesting of corporate to not only do they force you to wear uniforms, which most of the time looks like you're just servants, really, not elegantly dressed Chanel sales associates, but now they also want to double down on making you feel lesser than. So you have to wear a mask, even though you meet all requirements to be at this event, but the customer is higher than you. So the customer doesn't have to wear a mask. Now that doesn't fly with me. So because I wanted to stay safe and keep other human beings around me safe, I kept my mask on, but I also kept my mask on out of protest because I want to stand by the workers that have to wear the mask. Like, what the hell? Honestly, what the hell? So there's that. I enter, I walk around, I see the collection. I see my sales associate who is working, she's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. She's super helpful, super kind, super sweet, super nice, very knowledgeable about Chanel, has been with Chanel for many, many years. But of course, I already know, I'm professional too. I already know that on this particular event, she also invited clients of hers who spend a lot of money at Chanel. So obviously, she's not going to spend most of her time with me. She's going to cater to them because they're there, they have bigger needs, they're going to buy more pieces, they need more attention. Totally fine. And I told her, hey, chill, don't worry about me. When I find a piece I like, if I want to try it on, I'll find my way to you and I'll let you know. I'll point, I'll say, hey, that thing, when you have a minute, let me know if you have the size, and done. Super easy. And that's the way it was. For the entire evening, I haven't seen her until the end. When it calmed down a little bit, then towards the end, I waited until things calmed down so that I can talk to her and tell her this, and this, please. I would like to try it on if you have it in my size, or accessory piece. If you have it, I want to see how the colors are, how it works, how it's constructed. And that's how it went down. So in terms of communication with the sales associate, it was perfection because I already spoke to her before the event and we agreed upon this. And I told her, I'm very well aware that you have very rich clients that drop, 100,000 like that. So obviously you got to dedicate your time to them first and foremost. And I'm really, really fine with that. I can totally respect that. So chill. We can talk towards the end of the event. So I kind of agreed upon that with her already a couple of days prior, and it went really smooth. That's exactly how it went. So I didn't have any issues with that. She was perfection. My problem was, as I said, this mask situation. First thing. Second thing, the people. Okay. Oof. This was painful for me. And honestly, it really put me off the brand. But you know me, I'm a big fan of Coco Chanel. I'm not a big fan of the brand Chanel. Those are two different entities. And if I do buy something from the brand Chanel, it has to be very, very, very intricate to the DNA of Coco Chanel's style. If it's not, I don't want it. I don't want that modern ass shit that they churn out with the logo all over it, but it's not Chanel. And I'm like, it's not Chanel for me just because you put a logo on it. There's more to it. It has to have that DNA. So I arrived to this place, and after the mask situation, I meet another sales associate who's also who I know since a long time. And she had a moment to talk to me, and we kind of went to the side, and I said to her, thank you so much for the invitation. She's like, oh yeah, Dacob, no worries. Listen, yeah, we've changed a little bit our way of inviting people. I was like, interesting, do tell. And so she says, well, now for this event, we wanted to mix it up a little bit. And so we have the VIP clients, and then we invited a couple of influencers, and also, which we never did before really. And then we also invited some small clients that buy maybe a wallet here, an earring there. And I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm not an influencer for their standards because I'm a client. I'm not a VIP client by any means because I don't drop $100,000 or pounds or euro every year. Uh, but I'm also not one of those mini clients that only buys a wallet or an earring like every 10 months. So I'm thinking to myself, well, where do you place me into this? Like, where do I factor in? But I didn't ask her where I factor in because I believe that for Chanel standards, prior to the lockdown for their standards, I think I fell into the small buying from time to time client because they were very spoiled. They, as a brand, are spoiled. They are used to huge profit margins and huge profit from clients. So, but now things are changing. And I thought to myself, wait, why did you decide to step it up all of a sudden and mix it a little bit? There could be two reasons for this. To invite influencers with small buyers and big VIP clients. There could be two major reasons for this. One, because you're not selling that much anymore. And we've seen the financial reports of Chanel lately from last year. It's a privately owned company. There's no stock in it. So they don't have to publish the numbers the same way that a publicly kind of stock company has to publish numbers for the shareholders. No, Chanel doesn't have to do that. But still, they publish how much money, turnover, taxes, what have you, right? And they made huge minus in compared to 2019. Carl passed away in 2019. So this is not just the lockdown situation. This is a lot of things factoring together. Now you can check out my video on why the price increases are happening. I posted it a couple of days ago. I'll put the link up above if I don't forget. But one of the latest the November 3rd price increase video that I posted. There's a lot of reasons why the prices are going up. But one big reason is that they're earning less because they're selling less. Bottom line. And their financial reports show it. They can tell you as much as they want at any event they want, at any boutique they want. When they take you to the side, store managers or sales associates telling you it's going great and fantastic, they can lie to you as long as they want. But the financial numbers are very clear. It's going down. So this is also one of the big reasons why we get 3 bag price increases in a year. You guys, it's not just for exclusivity. Also, but not just. But anyway, so here I am talking to her and saying, I've been observing these people and I'm sorry to have to say this, I'm always super honest and direct, but I'm like, I have never in my life seen so many people in one room dressed from head to toe in Chanel, and yet they look like shit. They look like the most disgusting composition. Like, how can you invest hundreds of thousands of dollars to look so crappy? And then she leans in and says, Dacob, I'm not allowed to say it. I'm so happy you said it. But let me tell you, in this room alone, there's at least 10 I'm looking at right now, clients, every week, every single week, they drop at least $30,000 in here. And even during the lockdown, they would transfer the money and we would send them off the stuff. And she's like, I don't even know when they find the time to wear this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, well, they're wearing it all now. They look like Christmas trees. But like logo upon logo, layering. I'm like, where's the elegance here? I'm like, you guys, how is this even possible? I mean, you as a sales associate, you should not allow this. She's like, well, corporate greed. They want the money. The company wants the money, bottom line. I'm like, yeah, but as a sales associate, like, take it upon myself also to educate the client into elegance. You're Chanel, for crying out loud. You're not just any bimbo brand. Teach the people. No, if they want to buy, we sell it to them because we need to make profit. I'm like, yeah, well, Coco Chanel was not about the profit. She made a great profit, but she would always tell her clients, no, take that away. No, do this, mix it like that. She would be a little dictator style-wise because she knew what she was doing. And instead, I'm standing in this room with these VIP clients that drop 30K plus every week. look like they made me hate the brand. I went home after that event feeling like, ugh. I had this thing in me, and I'm still feeling it now. Okay, so remember I mentioned prior in the video, I said two reasons for mixing it up and inviting different categories of clients and people to this type of event. There could be two reasons. One, because they're not doing as well as they are saying that they're doing, so they need new fresh blood. They want to also show the brand as a little bit more open and inviting, not as snobby as Chanel is usually labeled to be. People report to me all the time how difficult it is to come to the boutique, to find a nice sales associate, how complicated it is, how uncomfortable people feel entering the Chanel boutique for the first time. So this feels like some sort of attempt on their end to adjust that. But why would they need to adjust that? The only need to adjust anything is if you're not earning as much money as you used to. Because if you're super pampered and spoiled with all the money coming in from all the clients and customers, you don't need to cater to anybody who doesn't drop a pretty penny in your brand. And that's how Chanel was behaving. Now, so as I said, two reasons. One reason, because the money isn't really there, so they want to mix it up. Second reason is that it's not a money issue, right? They're still earning great money, but they still decided to step it up and invite other people as well. And I thought to myself, maybe it's these rich people that have no taste and no style. Maybe they just got bored of always just seeing each other. So Chanel thought, let's invite these other people, influencers and smaller clients, to kind of serve as a entertainment moment, eye candy for the rich. I felt used. I felt like I'm standing there completely out of place. Because I did not dress like anybody else in that room. And you saw, I posted my photos on Instagram of the outfit I wore that night. I didn't photograph any other people because obviously I'm very discreet and I would never, first of all. But second of all, I just didn't want to get eye cancer, honestly. It was just, oh. And I didn't want to do this to you guys either. So, you know, I'm walking through, and at a certain point, you know, from time to time, people start talking to you, and then they want to know, oh, you're interesting, you look entertaining, you look interesting, what do you do? And like all of a sudden you find yourself in this position where these like rich people see you as a toy, as something for their entertainment. Oh, what do you do? Oh, how lovely. Oh, you do this, you do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're an artist? Oh, well then tell me, should I get the bag in red or in blue? And should I mix it with the earrings with the purple studs, the pink stud? And I'm like, girl, I'm not your freaking sales associate. I'm not paid to entertain you, bitch. Stop asking me freaking questions. I felt like I was used in that respect. I did not enjoy it. Now let's get to this. So there was a photo booth in the side of the boutique where they made their cruise collection setup, and they take like little Polaroid pictures of you. They print them digitally if you want to be in this cruise collection landscape. And I thought that was really cute. And I thought, well, they're going to save also digitally those images also for them internally. And I've been observing, looking at the people going to take pictures. Of course, nobody's wearing a mask. Everybody's super drunk. I had one champagne and one Moscow Mule, and that was it. And that was enough already. But I was nibbling in between because otherwise I would have gotten drunk. So I was not drunk. I was sober. I'm standing in line for the photo op, and I see this plethora of literally people from head to toe dressed in Chanel, but like I've never seen Chanel styled worse that night. Things that don't fit together too much, everything and then more and more. It's like all of these really hyper rich people wanted to prove to each other to one another that they can afford more than the other one. And so it became this really weird game of who can become more maccheronico. Um, it's a style of Petronio, of Satyricon. So it's like this kind of opulence and decadence and kind of showing off to the, like a rich person showing off to another rich person that they can. It's the funniest thing you will ever see. It looks just, it's like a joke. You can't even take it seriously. At a certain point, you're like, oh my god, can you just like, I don't know, just take everything in there, just throw it on yourself like a mountain and call it a day, and call it a freaking day. So I stand in line. Where's my photo? And then I'm about to take my photo, and the two ladies that are operating the photo booth say, "Do you want to take your mask off for the photo?" I'm like, you two ladies have your masks on, okay? I'm gonna keep mine on out of solidarity with you guys, but also because you are wearing masks to keep me safe. So I'm gonna wear my mask to keep you safe. And if Chanel wants to have photos saved in their archives from their little event and having everybody happy without their masks, they're not gonna get that from me. I'm gonna wear my mask. So this is me. I didn't post this yet on Instagram, by the way. This is my moment in front of the marble or stone pillar, which was just a prop. So this is the photo that I took, or that they took of me with my mask. And as I was taking this photo, this lady standing in line to take her picture, by the way, for the third time, because this bitch already took 3 photos, but she wanted more. Greedy. Looking at me. Okay, so first of all, she has the golden dress, the camellias with the red, the black, the gold, the chains, dripping in chains. She has a hair clip, a Chanel, everything is Chanel. She has Chanel gloves, you know, the Karl Lagerfeld gloves with the thing clipped off. She has some Chanel sneakers on. She has, I can't remember anymore which Chanel bag she had on. She had the cuffs, she had rings, she had the watch. I mean, and and she had the nerve to look at me and say that you can't buy class. Friends while I was taking a picture. So she was kind of implying that I'm the tacky one. I kind of looked at her and I was like, really? That's it. I left it at that. So you can imagine my surprise when the circus arrived to town and declared me as tacky. Okay, now to each their own. I'm the last person to say that everything tacky is bad. There's, like John Waters would say, there's good bad taste and bad taste. And listen, I love me a little sexy hoe moment. The tits and all, and if you're going in there all being all, hyper sexual, that's totally fine. That's an aesthetic too, okay? But if you are literally not even that, you're literally completely tasteless. It's like you're wearing money. You're not wearing style. It's just like you're wearing expensive stuff. And you're trying to throw shade at me. And I had no logo on me. The cross I have on is from 1985. This thing doesn't have a Chanel logo on it. The logo is hidden in the back. My 255 clutch, it doesn't have a double C logo. Like, you see what I mean? Anyway. So this kept going the whole evening until finally, towards the end of the evening, I had a chance to talk to my sales associate. All of the pieces I wanted to try on, clothing wise, they did not have my size. And she said, Dacob, we always have to pre-order for you because you always want the biggest size and our store manager just doesn't want to order it. And I'm like, yeah, but then you have to show me, how am I supposed to know what you're going to get? Like when I see a fashion show, can I come into the boutique and you show me the order sheets. You don't have to send them to me. I know these are internal things that you don't want to give out. I get it. But how am I supposed to know? Because also a lot of the pieces that are not on the runway also get made. So some basics, I might like the basics because the basics don't have the logos and stuff like that. So I might like a simpler Chanel piece, but because it's a simple piece, it sometimes doesn't hit the runway. I want to see those too. I want to know what you're going to order. I want to know what is available so that I can tell you, hey, order me this in a 50. And she says, yeah, that would be the best, but we can't do it because the store manager doesn't want to show these internal line sheets, order sheets. And I'm like, well, then how the hell am I how am I supposed to, so I'm doomed. So either I see something I love on the runway and I know I want it and I tell you, get this in a size 50, otherwise there's no chance. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's bad for your business too. So anyway, they had nothing in my size. After that, I asked for some costume jewelry pieces from the cruise collection, which they did not have. The only thing I really liked was the wiglet, and you can see me wearing that wiglet on my Instagram profile, superdacob all spelled together, but you can also see it on Coco Chanel is in my house Instagram profile, all spelled together. That looks amazing, but it's synthetic hair mixed with silk. I don't know if the hair is silk and the fluffy thing on top is synthetic, or if the fluffy thing on top is silk and the hair is synthetic, but that's a really cool piece, but just like $2,000 for something so small. I'm like, this is no. No, it's just, I mean, for the love of Chanel, this thing is just too small and too simple a piece. Even though you had to maybe sew it by hand, you didn't need so much time invested to make this that would warrant a $2,000 price tag. It just ain't happening, even though I really love the piece. But so anyway, so I said, okay, well, there's this other brooch from last year that I'm still eyeing. Do you still have it in stock? I want that brooch. And you know, and then she said, let me check. Went to check. The brooch was there. I inspect the brooch. Of course, I find flaws on the brooch. And she says, let me check. Maybe I have a second one. She goes in the back, checks if she has a second one, comes out with a second one. I inspect the second one. At this point, it's closing time of the event. And I like the second one. And I say, okay, we can do this one. At this point, the store manager pops out behind me, little tiny fella. We're closing. You gotta go. I'm like, are you kicking me out? I'm literally paying. And he's like, yeah, I'll go wrap it up quickly. You do the cash register with him. I'll wrap this up. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I pay, and he jumps back. As you can see, the attention to detail. We didn't get a ribbon. We got a sticker because it's faster to put a sticker on this than to actually tie a little ribbon here. So he wrapped this up in 5 nanoseconds because he wanted to leave that place. And I was kicked out, like shoved out. And on the way out, my sales associate, bless her heart, she's so sweet. She's like, wait, hold on, you guys, wait. She rushed back to the little closet where they give like this little thank you gift for coming to the event. So I got this. And as you can see, if they have time, they put the little ribbons on the bags. So I got this little piece here. So stay tuned, little cliffhanger for the next video, because the unboxing is coming in the next video. Now, I can already do a thumbnail in this video, little teaser moment. Without the people, maybe. Look at all these paparazzi. And there you have it. That's the teaser moment. Stay tuned for the next video, the continuation of the story. Well, the story in the boutique ends there. The amount of people that were there, how they were dressed, how they were behaving, drinking, getting totally wasted. this decadence, and everybody without masks feeling like they're untouchable, like they will never get sick. Well, they're rich after all, you know, darling. They own the world. How could they get sick? I'm telling you, this ain't gonna end well. Something is really rotten in the state of Denmark. And as Rose Nyland and the Golden Girls would say, it's not their cheese. Well, she would say it's their cheese, but it's not their cheese. Andrew says, elegant queen, they should kiss your feet when you enter their crap boutique. No. For crying out loud, I'm telling you, these are customers that were trash. The sales associates were all really sweet, super amazing. The store manager was very iffy and was very like, we gotta close now, out, everybody out. So that was a little bit annoying. But the sales associates were all so sweet, very humble, very kind, super patient, very knowledgeable. I'm talking the working class, you know, my people, because I felt compelled to help them. To me, that is something that makes sense to me. And this whole concept of Chanel being so elitist, even though they live off of, you know, their sales of lipsticks, is just a mockery, really, because they want everybody to buy their stuff. They just don't want everybody to be able to afford their stuff. But then the people that can afford their stuff, that literally drop 30K every week, they have no sense of style or taste. So I'm like, so what does the brand want? It's like, it just wants money, or does it want class? Because class and money, honey, don't walk hand in hand. Most of the time they don't. And the people who have class and money usually don't wear Chanel from head to toe. Bottom line. And this is something that I think the brand is really struggling with. I think they're really struggling with finding that balance between their desire to earn so much money, but also on the other end, their desire to be this elegant brand, which they're not. They can make as many crappy videos as they want of the royal families of Europe and actresses reading books and acting like they're culturally so elevated. They can make as many of those videos as they want, when bottom line, the Oompa Loompas that buy their stuff from head to toe haven't read a book in their life, most luckily, and probably never will. So there's that discrepancy that I think the brand is really struggling with, and they're not pushing in any way, shape or form the education of the customer. The customer doesn't need a brand to tell them, go read a book by Nietzsche. A customer that needs to be educated by a brand needs to be educated about the heritage, the history of Coco Chanel, what she stood for, how she designs, how she sees style and elegance. And that has to be educated, imparted into the customers to educate them how to dress. That's how you do your job right as a luxury brand like Chanel. If you don't do your job right, then you're going to fall into that trap of just trying to juggle the, oh my God, I want all that money, but I also want to look super elegant. Well, it doesn't work, Chanel, because after this one event, I'm disgusted. I've been waiting for this for a year, so I'm fine. I wanted to get this, and we're going to unbox it in the next video, but you know, I'm just like, ugh. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Some of the comments: the brand Chanel sold their soul to the devil, says Stephanie. Unfortunately, Chanel is falling victim to the hypebeast mass culture, says Andrew. Jane Davenport says they might not read, but they just got read. And with that, let's end it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I love you. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. See you all soon. Take care. Bye.